Hi, welcome to Classic Cars Driven. My name's Matt Nichols and today we're driving the Jaguar XK8 Convertible. We've already driven Jaguar's XKR, essentially the same model. That one had a roof, which did make it feel slightly claustrophobic inside. Of course, with the roof down in the convertible, all that's resolved. The sky, as they say, is the limit. And if you're worried about how to get the roof up and down, there's no need to be concerned. I don't think I've ever seen such a simple system on a car. One press of the roof button, either in the going up or going down arrow positions, and the roof and the side windows, everything that needs to take place and go up just does it on its own. There's no locks that you have to do, there's nothing to unlatch. It is really that simple. Now the XKR had a supercharger fitted, which elevated horsepower from around the 290 mark of this car right up to 370, and then the later models took that on a bit further to go up to 400 horsepower. Now you certainly felt that in the car, but the thing is, when you accelerated, it took a while for the supercharger to kick in, and also mated to the automatic gearbox when in drive. It took a while for the ratios to be found to get you in a strong position to accelerate, and in the background you had the soundtrack of the supercharger whine. Now in the bog standard XK8 like this, there is no supercharger, but there is still around about the 290 horsepower, which is plenty. There's also two ways to drive this car. I like the waft along in drive. I think in the XKR I actually preferred it in drive, but with the sport mode selected. In this car, I think you can be in two moods. You can either be in the waft along, I'm just going to cruise around the countryside mode, in which case you just keep it in drive, or if you're going downhill and you want to maintain a little bit of control, as in hold the ratios, you can move the J-gate lever into the left hand side, where basically you can hold it in either top 4, top 3 or top 2 gears. Here on ClassicCarsDriven.com, we've been taking a keen interest in auction results in the UK to see how that's affecting values of cars. The logic of using auction results is that at the end of the day, if you've got a car and you need to trade it in, or you're a trader and you're looking at something that's being brought in, the only real sure way of determining the value of it is to say, well, what did they go through an auction in that condition? The remarkable thing about the XK8 is, like a lot of cars I guess from the same era, so we're talking the 90s and early noughties, that it's far too early to say that they've reached classic status. So if you're actually watching the market, of course what would be nice is to pick something up that's maybe a future classic while the values are low and before the market appreciates really what you've got. And I think it's quite incredible now that you can pick up an XK8 in the UK for less money than the chrome bumper MGB in the same condition. Now I know there's lots of MGB fans out there, and for a traditional classic car you can't beat them. The values on those cars have stabilised because the heritage body shells mean that you can always reshell the car. So what we've done, looking at the market the last couple of years, there's been no increase or decrease really. So for them the market's stabilised, but for the XK8 prices continue to fall. So you can go out now and splash out and find a minter, a bit like this one, for not a lot of money. And when you do, and here's the thing, you get a car that you can cruise around in, two people touring the countryside in the UK, Europe or abroad, somewhere else. You get room in the boot for plenty of luggage. I think the original design concept was 2 bags of golf clubs. When you look at the boot space, you can sort of see that might work. But the point is, 2 soft overnight bags, some other bits and pieces, maybe some walking gear, can all fit comfortably in the boot. You and your partner, we suggest not many other people, because of the short space in the back, can go out and enjoy what is a lovely way to cruise around in what is still a fairly modern car, but I think rapidly will become a future classic. I've been Matt Nichols. This is ClassicCarsDriven.com, and today we've been reviewing the Jaguar XK8 Convertible.